Hello, everybody. After taking years off of my life getting the platinum in The Last of Us Part 2 on grounded difficulty, I'm not sure I mentioned that in that Last of Us Part 2 video. It was on grounded difficulty in case you missed it. I knew that I wanted my next platinum to be a relatively relaxing experience in comparison. And if I'm perfectly honest with you, there was only one game series that came to mind when I was thinking of relaxing platinums that I could get. The Spider-Man trilogy. Well, kind of the Spider-Man trilogy anyway. You see, I actually already have the platinum for the first Spider-Man game. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and replay the whole first game just for the sake of it when I've already got the platinum and just, pretend that I didn't already have it. I'm not about to waste 20 hours of my time doing that. So we will be getting the platinum to Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. Luckily, Miles Morales, the second game in the trilogy, has this handy little recap feature at the start of the game. Yeah, so it turns out the recap is kind of like unnecessarily long, so I'm going to do a recap over the recap. All you really need to know is that New York was attacked in the first game by a man called Martin Lee, otherwise known as Mr. Negative, and that ended up with Miles' dad, the chief of police, actually being killed in a city hall attack. Peter then does what Peter does and stops all the bad guys, but not before Aunt May gets infected by this biochemical weapon called Devil's Breath. When he gets the cure for that, he then has a choice. Does he save the whole of New York or does he save Aunt May? And he saves the whole of New York, meaning that Aunt May dies. Also, Miles gets bitten by a spider, so now he has spider powers, hence this game. And that's it. You're all caught up. So now let's get into Miles Morales, the second game in the trilogy. And it starts with us, Miles, the second Spider-Man, helping the original Peter Parker ferry Rhino in this big cage to the Supermax prison called the Raft. But would you guess it doesn't go as planned? Rhino manages to break out, and we actually get our first trophy of the run so far here for breaking 15 smashable objects in the mall section when we're riding Rhino. Not like that. That's quickly followed up by another trophy for beating that part of the mission. And then after taking Rhino down, we're introduced to Simon Krieger. Simon Krieger, in the eyes of the public, is loved and can do no wrong. And he's definitely not a bad guy whatsoever.
He's still dangerous.
We'll hold him for the police. I always think these super troopers are overkill until something like this happens. Oh, Judy calls.
Nope. No chance this guy is ever going to do anything wrong. After our introduction to Simon, Peter reveals that he's actually going on vacation for a few weeks to, Europe or somewhere in Africa. I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention. But essentially, he won't be around. That's fine, Peter. I'm sure nothing will go wrong while you're not here. He was kind enough to give us a new suit, though, and... Are you kidding me? This is the best you can do? Does he not like Miles? Anyway, getting that suit actually unlocks another trophy. We are flying through these. I've been playing the game for 20 minutes and we've already got 3 trophies. And we head back home and are introduced to the family, including Ganke, who is essentially this game's universe's version of this guy from the MCU. I can't remember. Is it Ned? I feel like his name's Ned. Ned off the MCU. Yeah, it's basically him. And the game also introduces us to Miles' friend Finn, who he hasn't seen in months since they went to different colleges or high schools. I'm losing track of what age these guys are, but I think it's college. This guy's not 14, is he? So after meeting Miles' family, we then go and help his uncle Aaron. I think his name's Aaron in this game as well. It is in the film, so we're going to just assume it is. I can't really remember. But we're helping his uncle Aaron. Something's gone wrong with the trains. He now works on the trains, but also he's been isolated from his family for the past few years, ever since, him and Miles' dad had a falling out, apparently. But after taking down some more bad guys and freeing the trains, Uncle Aaron actually works out that it's Miles under the mask.
Did I get the name right?
How did you...
Okay, gotta go.
But thankfully promises to keep it to himself and not tell the family. Oh, and we earn another trophy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I also did a lot of the side stuff while playing through the main story. So we might be taking breaks in the main story to then cover trophies that I earn in the side content. It's just the way I go through things. I don't like mainlining the main story and then going back to do all the side content. I'd rather do it piece by piece. So here we actually got a trophy for crafting a suit mod. And then we got another trophy for getting spectacular in a traversal challenge. And you know what else would be spectacular? If you were to hit that like button that's below me right now, subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe leave a comment on who you think the best person to play Spider-Man was. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, and if you're feeling particularly frisky, maybe just click share and copy link in the menu below. You don't have to send it anywhere. All you have to do is press share and copy link. YouTube takes that as a share, and then we'll push the video further. I'd massively appreciate it. So cracking on with the story, it turns out that Finn is actually the Tinkerer, who's the leader of the Underground, the main enemy of this game. So before, when it was like the demons, in this game, it's purple people who go by the name of the Underground. And I've got to say, I didn't actually see the twist with Finn coming. I was quite impressed that they got that one past me and I hadn't noticed it. Maybe it's just that my brain wasn't sort of clocked on and it is quite obvious, but it surprised me. Anyway, after saving everyone on the bridge in a way that's very akin to the way Tom Holland does it on the boat in Homecoming, we're about to get rewarded by being fired on by some Roxxon goons. By the way, another point, why does every private company have their own militia in this universe? They had Sable in the last game, they've got Roxxon in this one. Why are private companies allowed to just wander around with like AK-47s? It makes no sense to me. And I still don't really understand why people would even live in New York in this universe with how many people die, but there you go, rant over. Anyway, back to the story. Just when it looks like all hope is lost and we're about to be fired on by some Roxxon goons, we turn invisible and get away. That's gonna come in handy for sure. Completing this mission gets us another trophy, and now it's time for some more side content. Yay! I complete the spider training stealth takedown challenge. I craft a visor mod, which earns me another trophy. And I ride the derelict boat looking for a time capsule and perform 100 stealth takedowns. Easy clap. Back to the story, and it turns out that this new power source that Roxxon have been utilizing, called New Form, was actually developed by Finn's brother Rick and quickly made him sick from just being near it. Finn and Rick then tried to expose this to the general public, warn them about the effects that it could have on just being exposed to it. But squeaky clean Simon Krieger was not very happy about exposing their new power source, so he decided that Rick needed to die.
Care about a few sick people uptown or a dead engineer. You're just the cost of doing business.
So Rick died, and Finn wants to revenge and plans to blow up the giant reactor in Harlem as revenge, rather than just taking out Simon, I guess. Learning this earns us another trophy for investigating Roxxon's lab, and we quickly follow up with getting spectacular in a combat challenge. And then finish collecting all the time capsules around the city as well and getting another trophy. And this is where I owe you an apology. The next day, I actually unlocked a couple more trophies, but I wasn't recording and didn't realize until after. So I ended up unlocking Never Saw It Coming for completing a enemy base without being detected. And JJJ would be proud for messing around with the photo. If it helps, here's the photo that I took. It's not good. I just messed around for a little bit. Luckily, I noticed that I wasn't recording just in time to complete the last Roxxon base and earn under their noses. And then guess what? We're back to the main story, ladies and gentlemen. We end up infiltrating the underground as Miles, gaining Finn's trust. And here we learn more about their plans, as well as the fact that they've also got bases hidden all around the city. It's very much like Kingpin's bases in the first game. Anyway, completing that story mission earns us another trophy, and then we also get a trophy for performing 25 wall takedowns. And very soon, we're chasing after Finn across New York, destroying everyone and everything in sight pretty much. Like, once again, why do people live here? I imagine the pizza's great, right? I imagine living in the Big Apple is pretty cool. But is it worth having to deal with this every other week? No. Surely not. Anyway, the chase doesn't end well for us.
Give me one good reason not to end you.
very upset.
Miles?
But we end up earning another trophy. Before chasing after Finn again, I decided to take a break and clean up some more of the side content. So I craft 10 upgrades to earn Kit Bash, complete the side missions in Harlem to earn Come at the King, and then shut down all the underground bases that we just learnt about to earn Underground Undone. Oh, I also do a couple of miscellaneous trophies, I think, like perform a Venom jump and dash on a single enemy for up and over. And I also complete every spider training challenge, including actually this pretty badass fight against holographic Vulture with Peter giving some commentary in the background. This was pretty cool, actually. I enjoyed this. Once this is done, and with Finn now knowing our secret identity, we try to meet with her to make amends. But would you know, it's a trap. And Roxxon Rhino, basically Rhino but enhanced with Roxxon, ends up capturing us and taking us back to the Roxxon HQ, where Simon Krieger, I guess you could say, gives us a grilling. I mean, he's not very threatening, but he talks to us for a bit. Anyway, after breaking free, defeating Rhino for a second time, he says some mean stuff to Finn, and Finn almost kills him, but we end up stopping Finn because we're the good guys and we're not allowed to kill people, despite the fact that I have killed several dozen people in my playthrough so far. So we stop Finn from killing him. She gets all angry, tells us to get out of her way or she'll kill us, blah-de-blah-de-blah, and then she gets away. So while recovering from the heartbreak that is our best friend giving us a death threat, I see it only right that we finish off collecting the sound samples, which is this kind of annoying collectible you need to get in this game. It's all Uncle Aaron's fault. Honestly, this guy is annoying. And we also collect all the underground caches. With that done, we head off to stop Finn once and for all, until we end up getting captured again. I mean, Miles, bro, come on. This time he's captured by the Prowler, who it turns out is Uncle Aaron. I mean, if you've watched the films, you already knew that, like I did. I'd watched the Spider-Verse movies, so as soon as they had Uncle Aaron in this game, I kind of knew where it was going. But Uncle Aaron in this game seems to be a lot kinder than the Uncle Aaron in the movies, as the reason he kidnaps Miles is for his own protection. He doesn't want Miles getting involved in the underground, and especially Roxxon's business is dangerous. Miles isn't having any of it though, and ends up kicking his overprotective uncle's ass, netting us another trophy and allowing us to finally face Finn. I say finally, like this game's actually really short, but it feels like we've just been trying to face off against Finn for like the last 4 hours and things just keep getting in our way. And speaking of things getting in our way, we then have a flashback. You know I love flashbacks. Yeah, we then have a flashback to when Miles and Finn partnered up for a science contest. Not a lot really happened here, but we did get a trophy for beating Finn in this like rocket ship game. And we also got an overall trophy for completing the mission. And just before our final face-off with Finn, we earn another trophy for defeating 50 enemies while camouflaged, and another for using a Venom dash to throw an enemy into a group of 3 or more. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. We have our final face-off against Finn, against the Tinkerer. And I can't lie to you, I struggled a bit during this boss battle. I played this run through on spectacular difficulty just as I did the first game way back when. But up until this point, the game had actually been really simple. But I died multiple times on this Finn fight, and I was low-key getting kind of frustrated. It was tough, but not like super annoyingly tough. I mean, I get frustrated at pretty much anything, so I got frustrated at it. But as games go, it's not like, you know, fighting Gnar in God of War Ragnarok or anything. Eventually, though, we defeated her and extracted the power from the new formed reactor. But this is too much power for Miles to hold, so he has to get rid of it somehow. So Finn, realizing the mistakes she's made and the damage she caused, decides to protect the city and carries a primed to explode Miles up the side of Roxxon building and into the air, sacrificing herself to not only save New York, but earn me another trophy. Thank you, Finn. You won't be forgotten. Miles ends up falling to the floor, mask off, and about a dozen people see who he really is. But clearly this Spider-Man hasn't really been bothered about hiding his secret identity anyway. I mean, literally everyone knows who he is at this point. So they just turn the journalists away and pretend that they never saw anything. A couple of weeks later, Krieger ends up going to prison, and then in a post-credit scene, Spider-Man 2 is teased. Oh, I can't wait to start that one. But before I do, I've got some tidying up to do. So with the main story complete, it was time to finish off some miscellaneous trophies. First of all, I completed the final app request, which actually got me a pretty sick suit, as well as got me the 5-star review trophy. Then I collected all the postcards, and I'm not gonna lie, it got a tad emotional towards the end.
Reminds me that as crazy as life gets, only one thing really matters: the people you love.
That earned us memory lane for collecting all the postcards, as well as a new home for 100%ing all the districts. I visited Stanley's statue for best fries in town, and our dad's grave for never give up. Oh, I also scrolled through the entire social feed for socially acceptable. I then had to replay a Roxxon base so I could earn trapped for defeating 50 enemies with the remote mine gadget, and from the rafters for performing 25 ceiling takedowns. And then finally, after completing the bonus objectives on every crime and defeating 100 enemies with Venom abilities, I was left with just 4 trophies. Purchase all suits, unlock all skills, and complete the game on New Game Plus, all 3 of which are fairly simple, but you need to start a New Game Plus save. And then the 100 times combo, which is less simple. So I set my sights on the 100 times combo first, and I'm not gonna lie, I cheesed the fuck out of this trophy. I mean, look at the absolute state of this. Do you know what? I should be ashamed. I should be embarrassed of what you're seeing right now. But do you know what's crazy? I'm fucking not. I'm proud of this. Work smarter, not harder, kids. So with the 100 times combo trophy, I won't say earned, but got, I started my New Game Plus playthrough. I basically speed ran the playthrough, skipped any cutscene I could. I got the trophies for earning all the suits, all the skills, and finally got to the very end and earned that final plus trophy and
I just left Trinity Church.
the platinum. And after 17 hours, it was time to move on to Spider-Man 2. And I could not wait. But before we dive head first into Spider-Man 2, just another quick reminder, if you could like and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. I know this is the second time that I've mentioned it now, but do you know what? I don't think I mentioned it enough in my Last of Us Part 2 video, so I'm making up for it here. If you could just like and subscribe and share and comment and do all that, it'd really mean a lot. Thank you very much. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying, let's get into it. Spider-Man 2 opens up with Peter being our new teacher. I say our, we're not just Miles anymore, we're both of them. Peter being Miles's new teacher at Brooklyn Visions. But quickly things get a tad out of hand as Sandman ends up attacking New York and taking down a whole district. As introductions go to a video game, this is pretty freaking cool.
Good one.
Dude, this is so sick.
Normal day. Physics. Have all
I fucking love this game already. After taking down the Sandman and only like half of Manhattan and probably a few thousand people with him, as cool as this is, there's like no way tens of thousands of people haven't died here. I mean, look at the state of the place. Another successful day in the life of Spider-Man. He warns us of somebody else coming.
You're the ones who are gonna need help when they come for you.
Ooh, ominous. And this is where we're introduced to Kraven, who heads out to New York to hunt down every superhero and supervillain. I mean, low-key, just let him kill the supervillains, bro. Like, they just keep causing issues. Think how calm New York would be if they just didn't have the supervillains. Peter's like, I'd rather sacrifice thousands of people for every time Sandman attacks than just kill off Sandman. Bro's priorities are all over the place. Anyway, once everything has calmed down a bit, Principal Evans at Brooklyn Visions calls Peter and informs him that he's fired. I mean, the man did desert a classroom full of kids during a city-wide terrorist attack. It kind of makes sense that he doesn't have a job as a teacher anymore. So after a quick change of clothes, we head to Aunt May's, where it's clear that Peter is struggling with his inability to hold down a job as well as the Spider-Manning, and is in a lot of debt. By the way, bear with me a sec, because I know I'm the only person in the world who has looked at this document in like any detail, but Peter's paying $4,400 a month on a $494,000 mortgage over 25. Yeah, I don't know why I looked at that and cared as much as I did. It just made like zero sense to me. Anyway, we head back outside, and Peter and MJ are surprised to find Harry Osborn leaning against, well, I think it was the motorcycle. I can't really remember what he was leaning against, but he's outside, and he's standing there surprisingly healthy. Because, of course, he was missing from the first game because he'd been fighting this long-term illness that his mum had also died from. I hadn't mentioned that, so I don't know why I said of course, because if you hadn't played the game, that wouldn't have been obvious at all. Anyway, Harry shows Peter this new startup he founded called the Emily May Foundation, named after Harry's mum, Emily, and Peter's aunt, May. And he offers Peter a job, which he gladly accepts. I mean, he was in no place to negotiate, let's be honest. He was being offered a 6-figure salary, and the guy's up to his eyeballs in debt and can't hold down a teaching job to save his life. Later, Peter and Miles are overseeing the transfer of Scorpion and Martin Lee. But what would you know, once again, it's another transfer that goes wrong. Why do they bother moving prisoners in video games and movies at this point? Whenever there's going to be a transfer, you can guarantee one thing. Whoever is being transferred will not end up at the place they were being transferred to. Just don't do it. Just be like, do you know what? We have Martin Lee and... who was the other guy? Scorpion. We have Martin Lee and Scorpion in this nice cell here. We're just going to leave them there. We're just never going to touch them again. They're just going to spend the rest of their days in there. Yeah, but obviously then the plot can't happen. So in this game, they're being transferred, and then Craven's hunters attack the boat.
He touched the butt.
And Scorpion and Lee are both captured. Craven's hunters then pursue Black Cat. Oh my god, she's amazing. I think I'm in love.
It's your business. My girlfriend's in Paris.
Oh, just my fucking luck.
And I got her.
But we help her get away to Paris with a helping hand from 2 other heroes as well.
Show me Lee.
Oh, that is so freaking cool. Doctor Strange gaming coming? Maybe? Please, Insomniac, that would be so freaking sick. Back to Peter now, and we go with MJ and Harry to Coney Island to relive the good old days before Harry got sick. Bitches be running when they see this squad roll up. Let's go! Look at the drip! But what would you guess? It also comes under attack by hunters looking for Tombstone, who is now working on the go-kart track. Oh my god, I get to keep... oh my god, I get to keep the fucking hat and glasses. Oh, please let me keep them permanently. Oh my god, game of the year if they let me keep these on permanently. Anyway, all kinds of shit hits the fan. We end up needing to save some people from this roller coaster, and we're helped by a surprising face. Holy shit! So he's already got the... oh, obviously that's how he's cured. He's got the symbiote. That's so cool. After the events at Coney Island, I once again did what I usually do and took a step back from the main story and focused on some side content. So I completed Miles' missions at Brooklyn Visions to earn a Brooklyn Pride and a new suit, Captain America looking head ass, as well as the Sandman missions to earn grains of sand.
She's okay. Wish there was more I could do.
Damn, man, that was actually like...
maybe I can
that was
ask
actually
some
really
lawyer friends
sweet.
to help Marco with visitation rights.
I also ate shit while heading to this photo op to earn Splat. Didn't mean to earn that one, but we'll take it. Back to the story now, and with Harry's exosuit treatment giving him powers of his own, he joins us on a mission to free Tombstone from Craven's hunters. And while infiltrating their base, we earn stack line for doing 25 stealth takedowns with the web line. I love this new web line, by the way. It's so good. I used it all the time. Completely changes the day when it comes to stealth. You do have to wonder why it took Peter like 10 years of Spider-Manning to develop this, because it seems like a fairly obvious thing that he could do, but I won't complain. It's pretty sick. So with Harry's help, we break Tombstone out of the Hunter's base, but it turns out Dr. Connors, who was the one that gave Harry the exosuit, has gone missing. So MJ does like MJ does and goes snooping around and gets captured. MJ doing like MJ does. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we get what seems to be the necessary devil when it comes to Insomniac games. A boring-ass MJ mission. And as you can see, I wasn't overjoyed at the idea. I don't have to be MJ again, do I? It was the most boring part of... Oh, I bet I'm gonna have to do MJ shit again. It was the most boring part of the first game, man. Oh, the Spider-Bot thing is enough. Why do I have to also do this? I just want to kick ass, man. Brilliant. Honestly, why they insist and keep adding these MJ missions, beyond me. Anyway, after 20 minutes of this shit, something actually happens. Craven injects Connors with a serum to try and get the lizard out of him, and we were back to kicking ass. Eventually coming face to face with Craven, and it does not go as I was expecting. Shit! No!
Not as venomous as they say.
Almost there. Hang on. Hang on.
Harry gives him some of the venom to heal, and that's where he gets the new symbiote abilities. He's fucking destroying Craven, by the way.
No!
Hand over the wound. Tentacles go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What happened? I don't know. MJ, get him out of here. I'll handle this.
I've just stolen his abilities, by the way. Hey. Another trophy. So, with the sick new drip, we head to EMF to create an antidote for the lizard. And while there, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We run into even more hunters. This does actually give us a chance to earn Armed and Dangerous for defeating 100 enemies with our spider arm powers. Eventually, we track down the lizard to the sewer, and I'm not going to lie, this boss fight was half an hour of pure pain. But after about 10 or so deaths, we finally gave him the antidote, and... what's happening? Game? Hello? What the fuck is going on? Oh, are you shitting me? My whole PlayStation's just crashed. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, no, it's not even, like, turning on. What the fuck is going on? I'm just getting a black screen. Come on, PlayStation. Please, PlayStation, please don't be fucked. Please, like, I can't afford another... Insomniac, what have you done to my console? Oh, it's gone again. It's died again. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Please, please be okay. Please, please, please. Oh, okay, we're getting life. Do not turn off your PS5 or remove your SSD. No worries. No, I won't. Hey! Right, the PS... Oh, hang on. I don't have to do that fucking fight again, do I? That was so painful. Please don't make me do that all again. Yeah, the game crashed. PS5 shut down. Everything. I've got to say, thank God Insomniac has some forgiving checkpoints, because when I relaunched the game, we loaded it right at the end of the fight and the start of the final cutscene. If I had to go through that whole fight again because of a game's crash, I might have just given up there. Thank you, Insomniac. I almost forgive you for that Mary Jane mission earlier. Emphasis on almost. Anyway, in the next cutscene, we begin to see the first clear signs that the symbiote is taking hold of Peter's brain, and Bully Maguire is being born right before our eyes.
We need to call Oscorp. We need to destroy it.
Destroy us?
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Hey, medicine. Nice. It's been a busy few days for Peter, so he heads home for some nap time. But guess what? The hunters follow him home. I mean, how many of these guys are there? We've taken out like a few hundred, and they still keep coming. Anyway, with Peter sort of disappeared from his bed, guess what? We've got another MJ mission. Kill me now. Eventually, after another 15 minutes of creeping and crawling, we find Peter, and it's clear that he's not really himself.
Pete, wake up. Wake up!
Uh-oh, that's not gonna go well.
This might sting a little.
Oh, that's so sick. Fuck!
I wasn't trying to hurt you!
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking kill her. Oh, I don't know why I'm finding this so funny. Shit. Oh my god. Okay, this is kind of badass. Jesus Christ.
That's my exit!
You lost her, Pete. Meanwhile, Miles is also captured by the hunters, who keep him in the hope of luring Peter out to look for him. And once he wakes up, Miles comes face to face with Mr. Negative, or Martin Lee, the very man who killed his father. And he's forced into a death match against Martin Lee under the watch of Craven. So during this fight, we earn another trophy, and at the end, rather than kill Lee, instead Miles sets him free with the instruction to find Peter and tell him where he's being kept. Hey, another way. Complete no escape. The plan works, and Peter heads straight to the mansion he's being kept in to save him. And here we come face to face with Craven and discover that he's really just misunderstood and a guy with a pretty crazy kink.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
With Peter about to kill Craven, Miles does what Miles does best and gets in the way and stops him. Just like he did with Finn and Rhino in the second game. But the symbiote really doesn't like this. And suddenly we're in a fight between Peter and Miles. This one, again, was pretty tough. But it was great going up against another Spider-Man. It was pretty cool. But eventually we win the fight. We get through to Peter and he pulls the symbiote off. Not like that. God, that sounds bad. And after eventually getting the symbiote off him, he starts to feel himself again. Boo! I kind of liked the edgy Peter, to be fair. Well, that was a drama. On the way to the next mission, I actually got the last photo op, earning the trophy New York, New York. And then we head to Connor's to try and destroy the symbiote. But instead, we're met by a dying Harry, who's understandably pretty pissed at the idea of his one cure being destroyed.
My hero.
Damn, you're looking like shit, Harry.
We've got to destroy it. It's too dangerous. I don't want you to lose yourself. Like I did.
Pete. Please.
You don't understand. Connor said it was...
I saved your life? You won't save mine? Do you want me to die?
Oh my god, is this it?
Harry, are you... Oh, God.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god, he looks amazing. Holy shit, he looks incredible.
No! Don't hurt him!
Oh my god, he looks so good, man. Oh, they're all getting their heads bitten off.
Just get it off of him!
Go on, bite their heads off. Oh, he looks so good. He looks so... Wait. No fucking way. Oh my god, we get to play as him. Oh my god, I'm... Oh my... Oh, he's... Oh my god. Oh, this is so sick. I don't say this lightly, but this might have been one of my favorite missions in like any game ever. This has been so... Oh my god, he looks so fucking good, man. I just can't stress how good he looks. Oh my god. We're gonna fucking bite your head off. Let's go, come on. I wish you could like see the smile on my face playing this mission. Honestly, it's so fucking good, man. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't want this to end. God, he looks good. Have I mentioned that? Wait, there's no way. He's not actually gonna bite his head off. Oh my god! What the fuck? Isn't this a kid's game? This is a kid's game, bro! He actually bit his head off! What the fuck? With the symbiote and Harry now fully outwon, they begin to create symbiote nests all over the city, turning ordinary people into monsters, and I gotta say, these bastards were annoying to take down. Between missions, we also completed Hard Bop, which earned us the My Community trophy. Anyway, while we were taking down some of these symbiotes, Harry turns up at our house with MJ there alone. So we quickly dash to help, but get there to just find them both sat there. And this next bit, I'm not gonna lie, chills.
Harry, we need to get that thing off you.
Do not call us a thing.
Oh my god.
We are not, Harry.
Oh, he's gonna say.
We
Oh,
are
Venom. Yes! Oh my god. So sick. Him and MJ's just got wrecked. Jesus. It's kind of twisted. Yo, Venom! Venom, what are you making her do, man? No, that's crazy. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? No way. What a power couple. Holy shit. Oh my god. We're gonna have to fight her.
You can't have her. Too late.
Scream? Oh, that's so sick.
MJ,
That's so sick.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go. Come on. God, this is so fucking sick, man. Eventually, we take MJ or Scream down and head to City Hall to help Miles. But you know me, not before a quick stop off to complete another side mission. This time, the Flame, which had a proper mic drop ending.
It shall bring truth, judgment, and carnage.
Holy shit! Yes! Oh my god. How did I not see that coming? That is so obvious now. How did I not see that coming? That's so sick, man. Anyway, at City Hall, it's revealed that Peter actually had the symbiote on him long enough for it to create a permanent bond with him, using the pain of Aunt May's death to keep it anchored within him. And there's only one person who can break the tether it has. The very man responsible for Aunt May's death, Martin Lee. Lee and Miles head into Peter's mind, and Lee sacrifices all his powers to break the link the symbiote has with him.
Spider-Man! Spider-Man, wake up!
Whoa. Sick suit, man.
I've got this.
Your anti-venom attacks add anti-venom status to symbiote enemies, causing them to take extra damage.
More than a new suit. Whoa, what is
Whoa! Antidote. Trophy. Defeat a symbiote that is under the effect of anti-venom status. Nice. After earning another trophy for collecting 10,000 tech parts, Dr. Connors calls, and it sounds like he's under attack by Venom.
Gotta call Miles and get over there quick. Miles, meet me at Connor's lab. I think Harry's there, and it doesn't sound good.
On my way.
Okay, that sounds great and all, but there is a base just like
Should be
right
a
here,
shortcut
so I'm
to
gonna do
Connor's
that
lab in
first.
Central Park. What he wanted. At least his hunters have nowhere to hide now.
Hey. Right. I know Dr. Connors sounded like he was like in danger and whatnot, but my boy Howard needs me. And if there's anything more important to me than Lizard's safety, it's the safety of Howard's birds. So I'm gonna do that as well real quick.
Time you need. If it helps, it looked like he was at peace.
He was. He's finally on that adventure with his wife.
Rest in peace, Howard. Hey, a trophy. And your adventure, help Howard. Oh, nice.
The fly fish
Hey, another trophy. Complete all requests. Flying trophies today. I swear I am going to help Dr. Connors at some point. I just keep getting distracted.
Don't worry, brother. I will do what you could not.
Oh.
Craven and the Chameleon are brothers? Guess he has nothing to worry about now, that Crit. Should keep an eye out for the Chameleon. Pete's not gonna be happy he's still out there.
Data collector. Let's go. When we do eventually get there, Connors tells us that Harry has now fully bonded with the symbiote and there is no saving Harry anymore. We need to take them both out. With Venom growing in power and taking over the city, we meet up with Miles. What the hell is he wearing?
Alien, is it? It's time for a Miles Morales original, you know?
What the? I don't like it. I don't like it. Change back. We quickly earn another trophy before it's time for our final battle with Venom. Psych! First, we have to complete this cover shooter section with MJ, whose stun gun is now apparently capable of taking out symbiotes in 3 shots. I mean, I have no idea why Peter and Miles aren't using this technology, like on their webbing or something, because I swear to God, I have been struggling taking out symbiotes with those two. With MJ, it's a piece of piss. I mean, look at this. I may as well be playing Call of Duty at this point. Anyway, eventually we finish that section and finally have our boss fight with Venom. But I was not ready for what happens when it looks like you've won. What the fuck? Oh, Venom is so fucking cool, man. This might be one of the best versions of Venom I've seen. I haven't read like all the comics or anything like that, I must admit, but this is so sick. So now with Peter out of the count, it was up to Miles to take down Venom. And low-key, I found Miles' section of the fight actually a lot easier than I did Peter's, despite Peter having the anti-Venom abilities. Venom just didn't really attack much against Miles like he did against Peter. And it wasn't long before the 2 Spider-Men were just hammering Venom, with Peter eventually having to do the unthinkable and sacrifice his best friend. And with it looking like Harry's time is up, Miles comes along and Miles saves him. I've got to admit, I don't really like the fact that Harry lived. Like, I like Harry, he's cool and everything, but obviously where they're trying to go, and it's made even more obvious with the end of credits section, where they're trying to go is Norman Osborn is going to be Green Goblin in Spider-Man 3. It's obvious that's where they're going. And Harry living just doesn't make as much sense. Norman Osborn having, even though he's in a coma, Harry living doesn't make much sense. Norman Osborn going on this villain arc against Spider-Man than if Harry had died. Like in this next scene, Norman Osborn is not happy with the Spider-Men, despite his son being alive. But I don't know what he expected. His son went on a rampage through the city. I don't know if he was just expecting his son to be like, yo, what up, dad? That's crazy that he's alive. It just doesn't make... I was really confused as to why Norman Osborn was so upset here. It would make a lot more sense if Harry was just dead. Anyway, once it's all said and done and calmed down, Peter actually ends up retiring from Spider-Manning so he can spend more time with MJ, meaning he's passed the reins fully on to Miles, which I must admit also kind of like doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because does that mean that Peter won't be in the future games, but also they've made it very clear with this after credits trailer that Doc Ock is going to be involved in Spider-Man 3 and that Doc Ock knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So you'd imagine that Doc Ock wouldn't be just like, oh, he's retired now, we're going to leave him out of it. He would get him involved. So why would he retire now and not at the end of Spider-Man 3? I don't know. If I've missed something, let me know. First playthrough for me. It's just something that I noticed and didn't make a lot of sense to me. The one good thing to come out of Peter Parker retiring, though, is that hopefully we won't have any more MJ missions. And I see that as a massive dub. I just hope to God they aren't replaced with missions where you play as the deaf girl. Like, I've got nothing against the deaf girl. I think her relationship with Miles is quite sweet. But this mission, this was painful. If we just end up having to do MJ missions, but also now MJ can't hear anything. Oh, God. Anyway, with the main story now complete, it's time to finish off the final side missions and grab all the miscellaneous trophies that I have missed. The first was Surge for using the symbiote abilities 25 times during Symbiote Surge, which is where you push both sticks in and he goes all crazy. I then also completed the Prowler missions for co-signing, purchased all the suit tech for fully loaded, and then completed the last of the symbiote nests for Exterminator. I then beat up Mysterio in what has to be one of the easiest boss fights of all time. Home run. And finished off the gadget upgrades to earn to the max. Oh, I also got the one where you fly from the financial district all the way to Astoria. Embarrassingly, that actually took me a few attempts, but we got there in the end. I then completed what I thought was the last EMF puzzle to earn Superior, before getting a cool Easter egg and unlocking funky wireless protocols. Really cool. I then actually completed the final EMF puzzle, which took me far too long, I'm embarrassed to say, though I didn't look at a guide. So that's a win. And I have to be honest, if this suit was the only reward for completing the EMF challenges, there would be no chance I was going to do it. What the hell is he wearing? Hey, there it is. Hang 10. Perform 30 tricks in a row. Boom. Kitted out. And then I was left with only 2 trophies. To find the science trophy Miles had left at the end of Miles Morales, and to visit Aunt May's grave. Little did I know, one of those trophies would be one of the hardest in the whole game. Right, let's go away, then come back. Why can I not? Maybe it's something like I have to do that last or something. I don't know, I'm completely guessing here.
Doing my best, Finn. Trying to make a city we both be proud of.
Just let it go. Right, and now maybe I can switch to Peter and go to Aunt May's grave. Maybe you literally have to do it last. Yeah, there it is. You can trigger it now. It has to be the last thing, I guess. Hello? Why? Toughest part of the game? Toughest part of the game. There we go. I'd just restart the game.
Parker Luck's back with a vengeance.
That was it? That was it, though? Well, there's the platinum, boys. I expected a heartfelt speech. It was just Parker Luck back with a vengeance. Damn, bro. You got me tearing up out here. So, another platinum achieved, and I have to say I loved my time with all 3 of these games. They aren't groundbreaking story-wise, and I had a couple of problems, mainly with the end of the game, in terms of the story. But to be fair, I wouldn't expect the story to be perfect. These games are perfect at achieving exactly what they set out to do, which is be a giant power trip for the player, a serviceable narrative, incredible fan service, and just great fun. And Insomniac never misses a beat when it comes to developing Spider-Man games that are just incredibly fun. Other than the MJ missions. The MJ missions can go to hell.